Good day everyone, this is Alvin again from the Philippines and welcome to my third leaderboard or my pre-arrival leaderboard for Mister Supranational 2021. Well, the competition is already about to begin and soon, these male representatives from different countries who are confirmed to compete for Mister Supranational will be flying to Poland, and I'm very excited to see these candidates. And it's actually very difficult to create this leaderboard because there's actually a lot of amazing candidates this year, not only good looking but also strong speakers, and it's so amazing to see this change in male pageantry as well. And no matter how difficult it is, I was able to narrow it down to my 15 favorites. And again, this is just based on what I have seen so far. Once they arrive and once the competition starts, everything could still shuffle. But right now, here's my current top 15, starting with my number 15, the Philippines. John Adahar. I think Philippines looked handsome. I am impressed with the transformation of his look. I have checked his social media and the photo which was released and captured by Missology when he was presented as a representative of the Philippines, and I was like, wow, I cannot believe how they were able to polish and transform him this well, that he already looks super handsome. Although some may say that he plays a little bit low in his ranking, which I kind of agree, but as one of the newly selected candidates, I feel like I need to see more of him. I need to hear him speak because I've already seen most of the other candidates, so I know already some of them when it comes to the public speaking skills. So for the Philippines, he's new, so I still need to give my time to know more and see about him. But for now, he's my number 15, which I still think is a decent spot. Number 14, Greece. Spyros Nikolaidis. Just in a physical aspect wise, I mean, Greece is going to be very difficult to ignore. He's got the face, the body, and the charisma. I am not sure yet how he does when it comes to interviews because it can also affect his overall outcome and whatever it would be. All I can say is Greece sent a strong candidate this year. Number 13, Brazil. Joao Henrique Lemes. I wasn't convinced at first, but the more I look into him and the more I see his videos, the more I see him in motion, and the moment I heard him speak in interviews, I was convinced that he could really do very well once again, because Brazil is a strong performer not only in Mister Supranational but in all other pageants. And I have to remind myself as well that after all, he is a product of Mr. Brazil, which is one of the best male pageants, national male pageants in the world. So we have to expect something good from him. Number 12, the Dominican Republic. Ivan Oliaga. He'll be one of the strong candidates to watch out for this year, not only because of his attractive looks, but he's got this irresistible charm as well. He is also a natural speaker, and if he could be able to improve on giving a more impactful and powerful responses, expect him to fly into the top 5. Number 11, Indonesia. Oki Alparesi. We have another strong candidate this year who have prepared so much for this competition, and seeing all of his work gives me an assurance that he will not go down without a fight. I mean, physical aspect wise, he is ready. After I interviewed him before, I also gave him some points on what needs to work on, and if he could be able to polish his interviews, he could easily be a top 5 contender as well. Number 10 is Spain. Lucas Munoz Alonso. I really like Spain a lot, and he just got one of the most beautiful smiles this year. His body is wow, and he's also extremely good looking. I am looking forward to see him along with other contenders and see if he could be able to stand out against other incredibly looking young men as well. And we'll see if he could. Number 9, Puerto Rico. Francisco Vergara. Okay, All it took actually was for me to be able to see his Mister Supranational video where he speaks about himself, and it already gave me an idea how strong he is as a contender. I love his personality when he speaks, I love his confidence, and he also speaks very, very well. And that's the reason why he skyrocketed in this leaderboard. So I can't wait to see him compete in this pageant. Number 8, Mexico. Gustavo Adolfo Rosas. I mean, isn't Mexico super handsome? I was extremely happy when he was announced as the representative. I mean, he registers so well in photos. He looked even more amazing in motion. I mean, his body is superb, and wow, Mexico is going to be another strong contender that we will be seeing in the supranational stage this year. Number 7, the United States. Felix Martin II. He's actually one of my favorites as well. Extremely good looking. I love his skin color. He is very charismatic. I've watched some of his videos and he's just so good. And I really have to say this as well, that although he's number 7 in my list, he could potentially pull a back-to-back for the United States as well. I mean, he's just so good. He's very smart, very well-spoken, great figure as well. And I just like him very much. Watch out for him because you're going to like him too. Number 6, Ecuador. Mario Iglesias. I am super excited for Ecuador because as the competition comes close, I can feel this hype even more, and I am seeing more updates, and the more I see him and watch him, I am getting more impressed and being convinced that he is going to be one of the possible contenders to win. He is also a civil engineer, extremely handsome, he speaks very well, and it's going to be a surprise because it would be great to see for someone like Ecuador to do very well in male pageantry. So I'm very excited for him too. Hi! I am so sorry. Let me just go ahead and interrupt you a little bit. Please don't forget to follow me on my Instagram account, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also if you wanted to support my channel, you can do so through this. Okay? Please don't forget. And let's go ahead and go back to the video. Bye! My number 5, Peru. Varo Vargas, one of the most prepared candidates this year. He's already polished and ready to compete, and he is not only one of the potential top 5 placer, but also one of the potential winners this year. The face, I mean the attitude, the personality, the confidence, everything about him just screams strong contender. Number 4, India. Rahul Rajasekharan. In comparison to the previous leaderboards where I didn't see much of him yet, now that I have seen more updates, I have seen him in motion, and I was able to speak him in an interview in my Instagram account, I can definitely say that India is going to be one of the potential winners this year as well. They are definitely in it to win it once again. This is a very tough batch, but I can still imagine India passing through all the obstacles and still emerging as one of the potential winners this year. Rahul is super handsome. He has prepared so much for this, and he speaks very well too. So India, I mean, this is what they're made of. They're really good. If they were able to pull and win 2 rounds in Miss Supranational, I don't see any reason why Rahul could not pull their second Mr. Supranational crown as well. It could be possible. Number 3, Nepal. Santosh Upadhyaya. He may not be on the top of my list, but Nepal will always be part of my winner's circle this year. I mean, his profile alone will leave you speechless. He's a doctor, he's very active in a lot of social works, and for someone like me who have followed his superstar search journey, I know he is going to be a tough contender this year. Once he reached the top 5 and once you give him the microphone to answer that final question, he's definitely going to nail it. And he could even win. Number 2, Colombia. Manuel Molano. I was extremely shocked that there was a replacement in Colombia's representative. But I mean, shocked in a very good way. Manuel is a pageant veteran who has already proven himself in pageants like Mr. International, where he finished as first runner-up. He was one of the newly announced representative or replacement, whatever you call it, but here he is flying to my number 2 simply because I have seen his quality as a contender and I am super impressed and super excited to see him once again in another international stage. He performed on stage like a pro, and he is also one of the smart speakers this year. So do not be shocked to see Colombia in the top 5 or probably win this time as well. You may hear me repeat it many times, but there's really a lot of men this year who could be potential winners, and that's good. That's good because it only means that the quality of contenders this year is very, very high. So I appreciate that. But my current number 1, my pre-arrival favorite is Venezuela. William Badell. I just love Venezuela. I just feel like he is so ready. He is super competitive, and he is just someone that I can easily envision winning Mister Supranational. Aside from that, one thing that I love about him is consistency. I mean, he's just very consistent. He looked very handsome. His body is perfect, and he's also one of the best speakers this year. This may be a tough year, but I won't be shocked as well if Venezuela will pull through and emerge as the eventual winner in the crowning of Mister Supranational 2021. It's very difficult to say that this is going to be my final result because what I have said earlier, this is such a super strong batch. I mean, who would have thought that a male pageant would be like this? Would be as strong as this batch. So I am very excited. This is going to be a bloodbath in Poland for this Mister Supranational, and I'm super excited to see who is going to emerge on top. But for now, here's my current top 15. I would love to know your favorites as well, and is your favorites on my list? So who are your current top 5? So don't forget to leave your comments below. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and share the video as well. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe because you'll be seeing more of these videos in the future. For now, thank you very much and have a wonderful day from the Philippines.